Welcome. In this video, we are going to comment a movie called Like Star on Earth.
For more videos like this, subscribe and click the notification bell.
An 8-year-old boy, Ishan, has learning difficulties due to dyslexia. He is unable to read, write, or count despite being in elementary school. Ishan is more interested in his surroundings than in his classroom lessons. He is also called as the school's stupidest student. Ishan has an older brother named Johan, who is the opposite of Ishan and excels in school. Johan is very affectionate and caring for his younger brother. One day, Ishan gets into a fight with his neighbor Ranjit. Ranjit was furious because Ishan had thrown the ball in the wrong direction. The boy then shoved Ishan's tiny body and mocked him as an idiot. During the fight, Ishan hit his head on the ground, and Ranjit is bitten by Ishan, causing his clothes to tear. Their parents become aware of the fight. Ranjit and his mother go to Ishan's house to hold Ishan's parents responsible for his son's injuries. Despite the fact that Ranjit's posture is larger and stronger than the little boy, Ishan's injuries are much more severe. However, Ishan's father Nankishore chastises his son for fighting and does not hesitate to beat him because he is a troublemaker. Nankishore threatens to send him to boarding school if Ishan continues to cause trouble. At school, Ishan is frequently chastised by his teachers for failing to pay attention to the lesson. Ishan is asked to read a sentence by his teacher one day, but he struggles and tells that the letters dance, so he can't read. His teacher becomes furious that the child is not serious about his studies and scolds him. Ishan is regarded as a moron and becomes the class's clown. Ishan decides to skip class because he can't stand being scolded by his teacher and bullied by his classmates. He goes wherever he wants and does whatever he wants. Ishan sees and learns a lot due to his imagination and curiosity. Although he struggles with reading, writing, and arithmetic, he discovers a talent for the arts and spends much of his free time drawing and painting. Ishan then tells his brother that he skipped school that afternoon and asks him to assist in creating a fake permit. Ishan and his classmates will take a math test the following day. Ishan attempts a math test with his imagination because he is not good at it. However, he can only answer one question until the end of the exam because he requires a significant amount of time to complete one question. Ishan performed poorly on the exam without a doubt. At night, Ishan's father discovers a fake permit, which he used to get out of school. He went on a rant, chastising Ishan for being truant. It did not end there. The school then called his parents, explaining that Ishan can't follow the lessons. The teachers think he is a stupid student. The principal then advises Nankishore to send Ishan to another school, because Ishan has missed school once and will be expelled if he does it again. Ishan's father reluctantly decides to send him a boarding school. Ishan tries to persuade his father not to send him there by promising to study more. However, his father's decision is final because Nankishore hopes that his children will excel academically in there. Maya, Ishan's mother, on the other hand, appears sad due to her inability to educate Ishan. It actually separates her from her youngest son, who must live in a dormitory and be separated from his family. Maya and Johan are forced to part ways with Ishan, who is now forced to live in a boarding school. Ishan can't believe his father had the courage to send him to a boarding school. He can't stop crying because he misses his family and always looks depressed. Ishan quickly succumbs to fear, anxiety, and depression as a result of feeling alone there, which is exacerbated by the attitude of the teachers, who are no better than his old school, and his friends, who frequently bullied him. His only friend is Ryan, a physically disabled boy who is one of the top students and lives at the school with his family because his father is on the school board. Ishan considers suicide one day, but Ryan stops him. Ishan increasingly feels imprisoned at school because he can no longer feel his mother's and brother's care and love. Even weekly visits from his parents does not alleviate Ishan's pain because he is frequently bullied and ridiculed as an idiot at school. One day, a man named Ram Shankar Nikam arrives at Ishan's school to replace Mr. Holkar as an art teacher. Mr. Nikam quickly becomes known to the students due to his cheerful and pleasant demeanor. Not so with Ishan, who is frequently pensive and alone in class. Mr. Nikam's teaching style is very different from Mr. Holkar's, and he quickly notices Ishan's situation that day after he fails to draw anything during class. Ishan's slump is exacerbated when his mother informs him that they won't be able to visit him next week because Johan will be attending a tennis match, so his family will be there to support him. Mr. Nikam learns from Ryan that Ishan is a new student who struggles to retain information. He then took the initiative to look through Ishan's textbooks and discovered that he was dyslexic. As a result, the boy struggles to listen to lessons at school using the methods taught in schools in general. Ishan is not an illiterate student. The child only requires special attention and guidance because of his dyslexia. Mr. Nikam is aware of this because he was a teacher at a school for young children with developmental disabilities, and he understands how difficult it is for Ishan to follow the learning methods used in public schools. Mr. Nikam decides to visit Ishan's parents' house in Mumbai and inquire directly about Ishan's condition from his family in order to help Ishan learn and rise from his slump. He is taken aback when he discovers Ishan's hidden interest in art. However, his parents frequently overlook Ishan's imagination, creativity, and talent in art and painting, particularly his father, who believes that being an artist is a bad thing. Mr. Nikam demonstrates to Ishan's parents and Johan how Ishan has extreme difficulty understanding letters and words due to dyslexia, and how his deficiencies in sports skills stem from his motor ability. Ishan's father, however, labels it as laziness. Mr. Nikam tries to persuade Ishan's father that his son is not a moron and that he is gifted in the arts. However, Nankishore frequently compares Ishan to Johan, who excels in academics and sports, and believes that Ishan will never be a great person if he is only talented in the arts. Mr. Nikam is immediately irritated that Ishan's father only sees the outside world as a competitive arena and urges his children to excel as he hopes, without ever considering what is best for their children or exploring their potential. Maya reflects on Mr. Nikam's words after he leaves, crying and contemplating fate. The following day at school, Mr. Nikam brings up the topic of dyslexia in Ishan's class, citing a list of world-famous people who had dyslexia as children. Mr. Nikam explains that being dyslexic does not prevent from excelling. After that, he tells Ishan that he too had dyslexia as a child, so he can understand Ishan's difficulties and can help him study. Mr. Nikam asked the students to make crafts based on their own imaginations during that day's lesson. Ishan poured all of his imagination into his craft and received praise from Mr. Nikam and his classmates. Mr. Nikam then approaches the principal and tries to persuade him that Ishan is a student of above-average intelligence. The child simply needs proper attention and guidance in order to explore his potential and talent. Mr. Nikam tries to persuade the principal that he can be Ishan's tutor, helping him learn the school lessons. Knowing Ishan's great talent in painting, the principal finally agreed to let Mr. Nikam help Ishan overcome his academic difficulties. Mr. Nikam uses remedial techniques developed by dyslexia specialists to gradually improve Ishan's reading and writing. With Mr. Nikam's teaching methods, Ishan gradually begins to understand the lessons at school. He guides Ishan with care, patience, and humor in order for him to learn more quickly. Ishan can now read, write, and perform basic arithmetic. Nankishore comes to the school one day and tells Mr. Nikam that he and his wife have read about dyslexia and are beginning to understand his son's condition. Mr. Nikam, on the other hand, believes that Ishan requires more than just an understanding of his dyslexic condition. Mr. Nikam believes that Ishan requires love and attention from closest persons to him, particularly his parents. Ishan requires someone who will love and accept him for who he is, regardless of his condition. Hearing Mr. Nikam's words, Ishan's father realizes that he has never done this to Ishan because he has always thought of Ishan as a stupid and lazy child, so he frequently scolded and beat him. Nankishore then notices Ishan reading the leaflet from the blackboard. He couldn't face his son with teary eyes, so he left school without seeing him. The school organizes an arts and crafts contest for the school staff and all students at the end of the school year, which is judged by a great artist, Lalita Lajmi. Mr. Nikam searches the school for Ishan's whereabouts near the start of the race, but he is nowhere to be found. It turns out that Ishan has prepared and visited a lake near the school early in the morning to find inspiration for the painting he will create for this competition. A few minutes after the competition begins, Ishan arrives there. Mr. Nikam immediately directs Ishan to his position and requests that the boy starts the competition. Ishan created a painting that astonished many people, including Mr. Nikam, who is already aware of the boy's talent in painting and continues to explore the boy's potential and talents. Ishan was also moved when he discovered that Mr. Nikam had created an excellent portrait of himself. Ishan finally wins the first place in the competition due to his hard work and sincerity. Ishan's painting is chosen as the best work and will be used as the cover of the school yearbook, while Mr. Nikam, who painted Ishan's portrait, is named runner-up. Everyone applauds Ishan's victory. In addition, the principal announces that Mr. Nikam will be a permanent art teacher at the school. When Ishan's parents meets with the teachers on the last day of school before the long holiday, they are surprised to learn that Ishan's painting has been chosen for the cover of the yearbook, and the principal has praised Ishan as a talented student. They considers themselves extremely fortunate that a gifted child like Ishan attended their school. When the teachers spoke about Ishan's progress in several subjects, especially art, Ishan's parents were also speechless. Nandkishore and Maya are grateful to Mr. Nikam for guiding Ishan and always supporting Ishan, and for making him realize how important it is to pay attention to Ishan according to his condition and abilities, which are very different from his brothers. Ishan runs up to Mr. Nikam before leaving, and he embraces Ishan tightly. For more videos like this, subscribe and click the notification bell, and don't forget to hit the like button. Also, you can check our other videos. Enjoy and take care.